Miami Dolphins take a running back, Ollie Gordon II, the RB from Oklahoma State, with their lone sixth-round pick, 179 overall. We speculated if it could be Kobe Bryant from Kansas, maybe one of the quarterbacks that were on the board at the time, like Kyle McCord, Quinn Ewers, or Will Howard, but they take Ollie Gordon, a player that I expected Miami to register a lot of interest in. Why, you might ask? Well, if you go through the pre-draft process, Ollie Gordon met with the Dolphins at the Combine. He had a top 30 visit with the Dolphins in Miami. He was one of the more productive running backs in all of college football the past 2 seasons. He's got good size. He's got good physicality. He's an in-between-the-tackler runner. He is going to thrive in short yardage and goal line situations. This is a player that is not going to beat you with speed on the perimeter, right? Not going to happen. He is going to beat you with his physicality, his toughness, his vision. And when you talk about having good production at the college level, yeah, his numbers in 2024 were a little bit down, but opponents would just load the box because the Oklahoma State Cowboys had no ability to pass the ball. But in 2023, Ollie Gordon had 1,700 yards, 21 touchdowns, and that was just on the ground. He poured in another 330 yards in the passing game. He's only 21 years old, but he is a little bit older due to his wear and tear on his body. Either way, I am a fan of Ollie Gordon II becoming a member of the Dolphins. I mean, he has more career touchdowns than games played. That's hard to imagine. Now, when you talk about his speed, it's not going to wow you. I mentioned that. He's a 4.61, which for his size isn't the worst. Like I mentioned, he's 6'1", 3/8", and 226. This is a physical back. Remember, the Dolphins needed a physical back. They signed Alexander Madden for agency, 5'11", 220 pounds. So Ollie Gordon, a little bit heavier, but also 2 inches taller. Those two will complement Devon Achane and Jalen Wright in this 4-man Dolphins backfield very, very well. Continue to break down this pick here in just 1 second, but grade it. First initial thoughts on Ollie Gordon II for the Miami Dolphins. Grade it for me down in the comments section. A, B, C, D, or F. Get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about Ollie Gordon being the newest member of the Miami Dolphins. The Athletics' Dane Brugler talking about Gordon. Runs with his life in his legs. That makes him a threat anytime he touches the rock, but he must improve his decision-making and physicality as a finisher to be a consistent down-to-down runner. His promise as a blocker and pass catcher will help his chance on an NFL depth chart. So he's capable in pass pro. And the thing that I like about him the most is his patience as a runner. Sometimes it gets him in trouble that he, almost like Le'Veon Bell we talk about, sometimes he would just be so floaty at the line of scrimmage and wait for a hole and gap to kind of open up. But it sometimes also forced him to not get yardage. But Ollie's going to have to deal with that same thing. But he joins a depth chart that is very well-rounded with speed, with physicality, pass protection. It's interesting. Now, the one thing that I do have to be concerned about, he has 5 fumbles over the last 2 years. That's not the best. It's concerning. So when you have a little bit of a fumble concern, you don't have a lot of burst, that's why you ultimately see him fall to the 6th round rather than going in the 4th or 5th round with the type of production that he's had. I do think this is a player that should be going earlier than 6th round pick, and I thought it would be something that Miami would absolutely explore. I like the pick for the Dolphins. I think this is going to round out a really good room. Ollie Gordon, Jalen Wright, Devon Achane, Alexander Madison. Those 4 are going to be a lot of fun this year, and I'm excited to watch them work in the preseason and work in the regular season. More breakdown of what the Dolphins have done in the NFL draft, but we are sponsored by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy sports platform that I play every single day. All you do is pick more or less, and you have a chance to win up to 2,000 times your cash today. Don't miss on your last chance to add your favorite players from the court to your Prize Picks lineup, whether it's points, rebounds, assists. It does not matter. You can take 3-pointers as well. Turn your playoff hot takes into tickets to basketball's championship series, starting with the first round of the playoffs. Every lineup you make on Prize Picks will enter you into the Takes to Ticket sweepstakes, which could get you and a +1 a VIP trip to the ship. Best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. You see the entry that I had in the playoffs today. It lost already. I had more than Tyler Hero points, more than Nikola Jokic points, and more than Dylan Brooks threes. Tyler Hero laid an egg in that Heat Cavs Game 3 where the Heat got blown out by 35 plus. So not good there on either end. Either way, join me on Prize Picks and the millions of others playing today. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. All right, let's get into what the Dolphins have done now in the draft. Because after the selection of Ollie Gordon II, they went with Kenneth Grant, Jonah Savaiinaea in the second round, Jordan Phillips in the fifth round. So they went trenches early. They went D-line, guard, D-line. They needed a lot of D-linemen. I really like those picks. Those are probably two of my favorite picks that the Dolphins made. Then they went a little aggressive here with Jason Marshall Jr., someone with a lot of upside, a lot of athleticism, but injury concerns and a production drop-off from 23 to 24 made him someone that was a projected 7th-round pick, but Miami buys him at probably what his highest stock was, which was the 5th round. Then in the last 5th-round pick they made, Dante Schrader Jr., the safety from Maryland, played lacrosse for the Terrapins, second Maryland defensive player taken on day 3 of the draft, and now your safety room is fully set with Schrader Jr., Patrick McMorris, Iafatu Melifonwu, Elijah Campbell, and Ashtyn Davis. It's an intriguing room. We'll see how it ultimately does and goes this year. But that's your 5-man safety room. And then the most recent pick for the Fins, Ollie Gordon, that 6th-round running back at number 179. Like I mentioned, Dolphins had 2 visits with him, one at the Combine, one in Dolphins headquarters at a top 30 visit. Clearly liked what he could bring to the table. One of the most productive running backs at the college level. The Doak Walker Award winner in 2023. Last 2 years have been awesome for him. Question is, does he have too much wear and tear on his tires, a.k.a. legs? And will he be able to have the burst that plays well enough in the NFL? But he will be a short yardage back nonetheless for Miami. All right, the Dolphins have 2 picks left. Round 7 at 231. And 253. We'll see if the Dolphins ultimately make both of those picks, but let me know who should the Dolphins draft next down in the comment section. When I'm looking at those 2 picks, I'm thinking maybe they double dip at offensive line. Maybe they double dip at quarterback. Not double dip, but take a quarterback. Maybe they go with a corner again. Maybe they go with a tight end. They've been linked to tight ends. They've been linked to quarterbacks. There's not a lot of quarterbacks out there as we're currently filming this video. Will Howard and Kyle McCord just went off the board. These are the top 4 QBs. We'll see if Ewers makes it there. By the time you're watching this, he might be off the board. Riley Leonard's intriguing. I like Curtis Rourke. I would take the chance on Rourke or try to sign him in as an undrafted free agent. When you look at the offensive line, I was out on Cameron Williams, but I kind of would be back in if you took him in the 7th round. Just because I think the value is pretty solid there. On the interior offensive line, Luke Kandra is someone that I'm interested in. I mock drafted him to the Dolphins like a couple times in this pre-draft process in the 5th round. So if you got him in the 7th, I think that would be solid value. Also another guy, Connor Colby from Iowa, is another intriguing guy to watch in the final round. But that's going to close it for this episode of Dolphins Today. 6th round breakdown of Ollie Gordon, the running back from Oklahoma State. Big fan of him. Glad he is a Miami Dolphin, and I was pretty ecstatic about this pick. We'll have full grades out on every Dolphins pick and the overall Dolphins draft here in the afternoon. So make sure you hit that sub button and lock us in for daily Dolphins coverage, whether it's in the offseason, during the season, live shows, game days. It's awesome stuff here at Dolphins Today. So subscribe now.